So anyway, I introduce to you Odette Y. Crawford, our moderator. She's going to tell you. Good morning. Can you guys hear me okay? I am so happy and thrilled to see all these beautiful people here. Just all the love and support. And this is a safe environment for you to get an opportunity to absorb the importance of the messages that you're going to hear today. And those messages that you hear today, what's so important about it is that you will get something out of that that you can hand off to your children and your grandchildren. And it will go on and on and on. So this is incredibly important. We have some extremely impressive speakers, and you're gonna love this. So you know what, sit back, relax, enjoy, and you know we're gonna have some raffles, but I need to tell you, if you're not here, you won't win. Okay, just keep that in mind. So please welcome our special guest.
Good morning, my name is Jessica Soares. And today I come before you as the product of teenage parents. I am a supervisor with the Department of Social Services here in Sacramento. I've been in my department for 19 years. I look very young. I am a graduate from Fresno State University, and I've been here in Sacramento for about the last 12 years. I greatly appreciate this opportunity to be here because rarely do I get the opportunity to talk about my mom. So when I was told to come and just talk about my experience as growing up with teenage parents, it actually was a bonding opportunity for us because I kind of got to interview her, which I haven't done. So it was just an opportunity to bring us together and an opportunity to find out some more of what she went through as being a very young parent. My mother became pregnant with me when she was 15, and she had me right after her 16th birthday. Some of the challenges that she went through were that she had to apologize to her church, and we are very much into our churches. She did have to apologize to her church family about her situation, which was rough for her. She had to fight to continue her education because they wanted to put her in night school. This was the 70s. So the school, and I was raised, born in Mobile, Alabama. So her and my grandma did have to fight to keep her in school because they did want her to go to school at night. And she didn't. She still had a couple of years left, but she really fought to be able to stay in school and matriculate with her peers. And I stayed home with my grandmother, which was great bonding for us. Some of the other things that I went through were that having a mother so young, she instilled a lot of things in me because I had the opportunity to watch her grow up as well. So seeing some of the things that she went through in terms of raising her family, and then wanting to make sure that I was independent as I got older, that I was self-sufficient. The other thing is my mom was not my friend. My mom was my mom. And so there was that separation. I know a lot of people now were saying, oh, that must be kind of cool to have a mom that's only barely 16 years older than you. Sometimes we're really close in the same decade. I'm in my 40s, my mom is still in her 50s. There was always that separation that even though she was very young, my mom was my mom was not my friend. And I was raised in a household that was very disciplined. It was yes ma'am, no ma'am. My father was still there. They had 2 more children, so by the time my mom was 20, she had had all 3 of her children, and I was the oldest of the 3. Back then, in terms of support, being teenagers in the 70s, my father took the route that he thought would be the best for him to support his family, so guess what he did? He joined the military. He did. He joined the armed services. He joined the Army. So we did travel around, but he at that point felt like that was the best thing and probably one of the only things that he could do to support this young family and to get out of Mobile, even though Mobile is a beautiful place right now. But at the time, we had very limited circumstances, and so he and my mom wanted to get out and raise their family. And so that is how we came to California. It was very rough because they were so young and they were the first ones to move away. And so even now, we're still the only extension of our family that is not in Alabama. We're the only ones all the way out here in California. But even with all of that, seeing what they did for us in terms of my dad making the sacrifice and wanting to join the Army, seeing my mom raising her family, seeing my mom get her driver's license, because she didn't get it until maybe a little bit before I got mine. Seeing all of those things, it really made me very proud of my parents, and it made me want to excel. So it did push me to do better in school. I did not want to embarrass my parents. So that really helped push me to where I am today. I did want to make them proud, so anything that I could volunteer for in school, get good grades. One thing they told us was, as soon as you graduate from college, I hope you have a job or a school to go to, because you gotta go. So that was our thing, be prepared. We were always told by the 18, this was nice, our job is done, you need to leave. So all three of us did that. We made preparations for it. And even though it might sound harsh, of you gotta go, you gotta get out, she didn't want us to go too far. And I think that's another thing with the young parent, especially with me being her first. She wanted me to still stay kind of local. I wanted to go away to school, to go to Spelman, but my mom did not want me to be that far away from her, so Fresno from Salinas was 2.5 hours. That was far enough for her. I was out, but I wasn't too far. Anything happened, she could hop in a car and still be there within a couple of hours. So there was that part. That was my only regret as the first, is I would have liked to gone away, but it did give me the opportunity to be there for my brother and sister, because there were some points that my parents were so young that it almost became as if I were the mom and the role model for my brother and sister, and so they wanted to follow my footsteps, literally, because they came to Fresno too. And we all ended up staying together. And the other benefit of that is that we are still extremely close. We went to college together. We're all only 2 years apart. So regardless of what people may tell you, it was rough for my parents growing up as teenage parents, but it was not impossible. It wasn't impossible. They're still educated today. I saw my mom go to college. I was there to witness her cooking, cleaning for us, and doing her homework and getting good grades. You know, if she could do that with raising a family, and I'm by myself, there should be no excuse for me. So seeing those things really helped propel me to want to be better for them, to be better for my siblings. And I just have such a great appreciation for her. Our church was very beneficial. With much prayer comes much reward, which it did for them. And yeah, so it doesn't have to be something that needs to be deferred. Your dreams don't have to. Regardless of your circumstance, if someone just heard the fact that my parents were 16 and 18 when they had all of us, without seeing us, they may have formed another opinion of what they may have thought that our life would be like. But right now, all of us, myself, my brother, my sister, all of us are college graduates. My mother is a college graduate. We have our oldest nephew who is in college right now. My niece is about to graduate from high school, and everyone has a plan. Everyone has a plan. Our village is coming together, and it's just an awesome thing to see the legacy of my parents coming through their grandchildren, and they probably did not think that that would be possible back in Mobile in 1976. So that's a little bit of my story.